I'm back with another one, gang. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I'm on a consistent run, baby. If you mess with me, like you mess with, what is wrong with me and my intros? Like, I don't got no set intro like I do my podcast, but I'm gonna work on it. I really probably won't though, cause I don't know if I want to do a rehearsed joint. Like, but I need to stop stumbling when I open up on this. I don't know if it's cause I'm shy, cause I'm by myself, which is stupid, cause I'm by myself. But I'm more free when I'm on my podcast, which is crazy. And it's other people there. Ain't that crazy? But I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna get right into the video. I'm reacting to Tybuggy lost my manhood first week in prison. Let's get it.
Prison is not no place to be. Let me tell y'all something. We're gonna listen to this story. I seen like a minute of it on TikTok, and I was like, man, I gotta find this whole clip now. All right. Sit back, buckle up, prop me up on your desk, turn me up in your speakers, turn me up in the radio, however you're listening. How are you listening this morning? By the way, good morning, right? Comment below how you listening this morning. But without further ado, we ain't gonna waste too much time. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're new here, I post every day except for Saturdays, all right? So if you're looking for a daily podcast to listen to, I'm your guy, okay? I still got the
I don't really call this a podcast. I think this is more of a reaction channel. But whatever he call himself is what he call himself. It's more like a reaction channel though.
crust in my eyes and everything, but I'm gonna make a post. I'm gonna make a post. I'm gonna make sure my people is entertained every day to get through the day. Okay? Whole lot of scrolling going on to give y'all good content. Okay. All right. So without further ado, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But let's get into this, man. Oh, by the way, this video is by Ian Bick. If you type this in right here, locked in with Ian Bick, and you see this young man's face, click that, you'll see the whole video. All right. It's called How I Survived 15 plus years.
I was raped the first week I was in prison by two guys.
No.
They
scrolling and stuff.
I was compassionate. I've been in a couple of fights in my life, but nothing. I've never exerted violence. And when they sent me to, I was raped the first week I was in prison by two guys. So the cell doors open every 15 minutes. During chow lines, the doors are automatic. They open every 5 minutes, the doors open during chow. So you can go to chow and you can come back. And my bunkie had left and I was tying my shoes and the doors open and these two dudes come running. And I mean, this guy's got a knife that's this massive knife, and he's like grabbed me by my throat and they stick it in my throat. I mean, I still have a scar on my throat from it. And you know what this is, man. If you scream, if you yell, if you fight, you're done. I'm gonna kill you. And I know in the comment section you're gonna get a lot. I would have rather died. Sure, you would have, tough guy, right? Like in that moment, like what are you gonna do? Like there's nothing you're gonna do. And I just remember the door was open and closed 3 times, and then they took off, and that was my first moment of real violence in my life. Like, if I don't do something, I'm gonna this is gonna be my entire prison life. I'm gonna be.
Comment below right now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Because it's easy for me to say from the outside looking in.
Man, in any situation, it's hard for anybody to really speak on something, especially when they're not in the moment. I think we like to give like what ifs or what I would do when we really don't know what we'll do. Like, how the hell we supposed to know? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Your nearest dearest cousin probably got fondled with in prison, but they'll never come out and say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, like, if they do get touched in prison, they turn into you know, I can't say it on here, but they turn into those, those opposite whatever. I mean, get into like in the same gender or whatever. But ain't nobody finna come out and say that if they ain't openly presenting that, if they presenting that they like women, or if women, it's more easy for women to say that, but a lot of women still don't think it's the holy way, but ain't nobody finna come out and say that, bro.
Like, man, go on
I
and just
commend
send
him
me
on
to the
being
upper room. You know, get the slicing and dicing. Let me see what you got. Give me your best one right here. Oh, just slice it. You know,
trying to end your
it's
life.
easy to say it from the outside looking in, but when you are actually in that situation, you don't really know how you would handle that out of fear when that fight or flight kicks on and you're not feeling that tough no more. You know, death is kind of looking a little scary. You know, a slice
Staring
to
at
the
you.
neck is like, do I really want that? You know, might as well. You know, like what? How exactly would you guys handle that? Are
Okay.
you nah? Go ahead, do it. Like, you know, some people not even gonna flinch. Yeah, do it. You
I
ain't
mean,
even
they
need
was
the knife,
already.
nigga. All you had to do was ask. You know, if that's what you're into, shit. I'm here. I'm here. I'm your guy. You know, some dudes don't mind. You know, and then some other dudes is like, I'd rather die. You know, so comment down below right now. What would y'all do?
Somebody's bitch. This is what's gonna happen. So I grabbed up these little segregation pencils. You know the pencils they give you in segregation? These tiny little bastards?
The golf ones.
The golf
Segregation. I got
pencils.
segregation.
I grabbed them up. I took
Before I seen that was water, I thought he was drinking milk out the jug. I was say, what are we doing here? But I see you on your water thing. I got my little baby joint.
my shoestrings out of my little black shoestrings out of my shoe, and I wrapped them around, and I had like 5 of them. And I went across the hallway when the door opened again, and he's standing across the hall, and I walked over and I was like, hey, bro, I just want you to know that I'm not going to tell anybody. And he looked at me with this look of, and I just lost it. And I just started stabbing him in the face with these pencils.
Ooh.
And he went, and you know,
Right,
these
please,
pencils aren't going to do that much damage, right? But there's a lot of blood because it's ripping the base layer of your flesh off, and there's blood everywhere. And this guy's screaming, and I'm just in this state of rage.
Get to you, bro.
And then you hear the keys jingling. I got up, darted across, and of course, as soon as you do that, all the inmates basically are building a wall for you because they're all standing around watching it like. So I was able to slick down, go right back across the hall, back into the cell, pop the pencils into the sink real quick, hit old Igor in the water kicking out, wash all that blood off real quick, like threw the shoestring under the bed, spread the pencils out, and I just laid on my bunk like, I mean, my heart's just beating, shaking. And then you hear the other guy, CO, he's kicking on the door. I need to lock up, man. That guy's going to get me too. Looking back at him like, dude, you're such a broad. 10 minutes later, they've done carted them both off. And I'm just laying there. My bunkie comes back. He's like, what the hell was that? None of your business. Just mind your business. And I'm still reeling from, like, you guys just violated me in the worst way for 15 minutes. And then this happens, and my brain is just all over the place. My heart's beating. And now I know I'm screwed. They're going to come and they're going to give me a new case. And I'm just laying there just, and they never came back. And then I count time passes, lights out, and I'm just laying there all night. Like, I just know it. And they never came back.
What do you think 10-year-old Sonny would have thought of you in that moment?
Man, this topic really got me thinking right now. But you know what else I've been thinking about? The fact that my subscribers are making money.
Don't scroll. Yeah.
You know, you weren't raised that way. That's not who you are at heart.
I think that little boy would have been proud, right? Like, that's the first time I ever stood up for myself in my life. Instead of I lived my life in fear as a child, most of it, because I was afraid that somebody's going to get in trouble or it was never about me or my pain or what I'm going through or my trauma. I was always worried about somebody else getting in trouble.
I wonder is he going to say what he got locked up for? Because I really want to know.
My family falling apart or my family breaking, and I'd always just been a carpet and just accepted the trauma and the pain that I'd been through in my life. And I think that 10-year-old little boy would have been proud that you finally stood up for yourself and did something, right?
Where was your mom throughout that first sentence?
She left. Her and her boyfriend moved to South Carolina as soon as I went to prison. She came and saw me after I got sentenced. She came and visited me in the county jail and said, me and I forget his name at this point, a little short Irish guy. but we're moving out of state. We're going to go to South Carolina, and that's it. And I was by myself on my own the whole time throughout prison. Like, I had nobody to call, nobody to talk to. Like, I have to figure this out on my own. And I got swallowed by gangs really quickly. After that stabbing, like, they didn't see what these guys did to me. They just saw me doing that. And so they think that there's this crazy white boy out here to just stab the shit out of these guys.
Mm.
And I'm like,
You also didn't mention it either.
as soon as we went to the
Recruiting.
next facility, we're on the bus. The guy that I'm riding with, his name's Lalo. He's going to be my bunkie. When we got the itinerary on the bus, and we know that we're going to TCF and we're going to be bunkies, we're in the same cell. And he was in this gang, and he is the one that introduced me to them. And they're like, yeah, man, we could always use a down ass soldier to be in the gang. And you got to put in work, right? You want to be a part of this. Here's a knife. There's the opposition. Go prove yourself. Give me that. Like, I'll do this in a heartbeat. What do you mean? This is going to keep me safe. I went over there and I stabbed the crap out of another guy, and that was it. That became my life. I immediately got swallowed by it, and it was intoxicating, right? For the first time in my life, these people see me, they validate me. I'm a part of this organization. We have the cool hand signs and handshakes, and I'm a part of this. And it was just intoxicating for me. And at the same time, I found protection for myself in being violent. If you know that I will stab you, you're not going to mess with me. So I stabbed everybody, right? That was my go-to, was just like, here, I'm not playing with you. And I fell into that really quickly. So I became a shooter for the gang. And that was my life for 5 years.
What about drugs or alcohol?
No, this shit is not funny, but son just said, I stabbed everyone. He said, hey, I'm not playing with you. All right. I'll stab you and your friends. This is what I do. They call me Stabby for short. Back the hell up. I'll stab you too. He just doesn't sound like the dude that's out here stabbing, you know? But this is crazy, man. That's a crazy life to live, boy. Prison 8 is not for
Were you exposed to that in there?
5 years.
What about drugs or alcohol? Were you exposed to that in there?
It's never been a thing in my life. I've never really had access to. I mean, I smoked weed as a kid. Tried.
How you make alcohol in jail? Like, what the hell?
Acid a couple times. Didn't do anything. Never was exposed to any hard drugs. Going into prison, I heard about it,
acid.
but just never was exposed to any hard drugs. I've never really had access to. I mean, I smoked weed as a kid. Tried acid a couple times. Didn't do anything.
That's just hard, though.
Never was exposed to any hard drugs. Going into prison, I heard about it,
acid.
but it's just never a thing that I was exposed to. So,
do you ever think about the fact that you missed out on, say, going to proms or graduation, things of that during those 5 years, or even while you were living in the moment of that, like you're 17, hey, I could be at prom right now.
All the time. I mean, it's because also there's guys that
I'm wondering, like, I wish I could scrub past this, but I'm not trying to, because I want to know what led him to this point. Like, what happened? Like, I can sense that his mom really wasn't the best mother, and I'm getting that from him, but that doesn't always mean that should be your outcome. But I also can't speak to that either, so I'm just gonna be quiet.
Come into prison all the time, right? And they're 17, 18, 19, and you hear their stories as you walk the yard and you're chopping it up with guys, and they're talking about, oh man, I went to prom last year and blah blah blah, and it's like, I've never been to a prom, I've never been to dance, I've never been to a homecoming. I don't know what that's like. And of course, you want to know. And I think one of the bad things about locking a young person up for so long is that you don't mature at a normal rate, right? Like, I'm like a 44. I mean, I'm 44 now, and I'm like a 25-year-old stuck in a 44-year-old's body, right? Like, I didn't mature at that rate. And so for me, when you're getting back out, it's like I'm still interested in the things that I would have been interested in as a kid. Like I started a rap metal band
Hey, yo,
when I was 37 years old
nah, bro.
and was touring the country in a rap metal band. Like who does that in their late
Yeah,
30s?
right.
Like, but I guess there's this, a part that's
Rap
you
metal.
didn't get to mature at that rate, right?
Where's the support system in there? Counselors, case managers, a kid that young,
Everybody
where is that?
That's a fantastic question, Ian. Would love to know that. How do you see this kid that's going through all this and nobody asks a question? No, never once have I been approached by a psychotherapist or somebody in law enforcement or something that was like, something's wrong with this kid. Something's going on. It was never asked, which is why when I met like Jim Cole and these guys, I'm like, I didn't know you existed. Even as I'm 40 some years old, I had no idea that these kind of
We'll find out what he
organizations
did.
exist. And that's where Jim
Right.
and I
Find out.
connected so hard in the beginning. That first Zoom call was, you guys are the heroes that I needed when I was a kid. I didn't.
Let me see. Let me see if it gets into it.
Yeah, from the start.
100%. But what are you going to do with that? You also can't look back at it and use it as an excuse to be a piece of shit for the rest of your life, right?
When you were coming to the end of that first sentence, what were you thinking of for the future?
I didn't. I had forgotten that I was about to get out. So I have this half dragon tattoo that's on my side. Laid the stencil, and I was like, "Well, you're gonna let that heal, and then we're gonna go in and do all the shading." And they were like, "All right, pack your stuff up. You're out tomorrow."
What?
I'm searching what he did, yo.
Oh crap! I forgot. Oh wow, I'm getting out tomorrow. It was Friday the 13th, December 2002. And so I quickly was able to get on the phone, and I don't even remember why, but I had my mother's phone number, and my mother was in Michigan staying with my brother, and they were like, "Oh, we'll be there. We'll come get you tomorrow."
I bet you they ain't even come. Let me see.
And so they came up and they picked me up. It was
Oh,
Friday the 13th, 2002.
Friday the 13th is a crazy date. Like what the?
And they gave me $75 and 3 condoms, and were like, "Best of luck."
Go head on, buddy.
I didn't have no parole, no nothing. I maxed out the sentence.
All because of the different stabbings or anything else you got into?
Yeah, all the trouble that I was in. So in 97, when I originally got convicted, they had good time. And in 98, they instituted truth in sentencing. And I actually think now in 99, they instituted truth in sentencing. So no, there's no more good time. On this one, I had a little bit of good time.
Oh, so he was in his teens, because he said he's like 44 and he said 97. So that had to be about 29 years ago. 29 years ago, he had to be like 15. Yeah. Yeah, he had to be like 15. Wow, yeah, that's pretty young. I'm trying to search what he did, but I can't find it for whatever reason. I think his name is Sonny Vaughn. Was arrested by the time he was adult. Redemption.
It's kind of bro.
Damn, you at 7 years old, he was convicted of his first crime. God. And by the age of 12, he was convicted again. If this is the same person. Yeah, well, look, man. If y'all want to watch the rest of that, go to Ian Bick.
Yeah. I give credit to your boy Ty. Yeah. It was pretty cool, but what I want to say is I wish we stop as people saying what we, because I know I fell victim to this before too, saying, "Oh, I would have," but then I had to realize, like, damn, I don't know what I do in a moment. Like, I really don't know. I probably try to fight to get up. I don't know. Like, we can't really speak on what we think we'll do because we don't know because we're not in the moment. So we really can't condemn him on getting his manhood taken. It's unfortunate that he had to go through that, but I don't know if he's I seen a wedding band on his hand. So he could very well be married to a woman who really don't care about his past like that. But to everybody in the comments acting crazy, this is what I'm gonna do. Hey, like, don't worry about that shit, dog. Like, you stood 10 on yours and you did your bit, did what you had to do. Look, I just wanted to know what you did. I ain't seen none of that. Like, I ain't hear none of that. But even still, you was way too young to be in jail for something that I mean, I don't know for just to be young in jail in general. I don't know what you were in jail for. But you had to experience that traumatic situation and it's terrible. But I appreciate you, Tybuggy, for putting a video together because I appreciate these well manicured videos because I really don't like looking at the videos because I probably get intrigued and I probably look at it and look at it, okay. And it probably just won't be a raw video because I'm gonna keep watching it. So salute to you for putting this together and y'all like my videos. Y'all appreciate me for giving my commentary. Come back again. All respected you, my buddy who been in jail, and I'm out. See y'all on the next one.